Yo, what's good, everybody? We're back for another episode of The Green Room.
Why you sit up like that?
Because I was like this. I felt like a little kid. Like, we're back for another episode of The Green Room. I am Mark G. I got Nancy Nicole.
Hey.
I think last week I said you was to my right, but when they look, you to my left, so whatever. LaRon on the other side. What's up?
Wait, what'd you say?
This way, that way.
You said to my left.
I think last week I said to my right.
It's Nancy Nicole.
Right?
Was
But
she
when
to
they
your
looking,
right?
she is to
I
mine.
am, but when you
But I don't think I said my. I said to the. So it could have looked anyway. It doesn't matter. What's up?
Chilling, man.
Don't matter. You said what?
Another week.
Happy Father's Day. Happy belated
Yeah.
Father's Day.
Father's Day.
How was your Father's Day, sir?
Mine was... We ain't do nothing.
Ain't do
We
nothing.
ain't do shit.
You had the kids.
Yeah, but they 2 and 3. They didn't give a
They
fuck.
couldn't like
Father's
praise
Day,
you.
It was Wednesday to them. They ain't give a fuck with no Father's Day.
What about you? What? It's getting off to it. I don't.
It was Wednesday, and they don't know what it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday.
But nah, I mean, but still though, I'm sure you still like. You said y'all was what with your mom?
Yeah,
You
we went
got-
to my mom's. I took them.
Somebody showed you some love,
to the
right?
swim. Took them swimming, but yeah, it was cool. Like it was cool. We really would just sat around the house in our drawers watching movies. That was it.
I mean, you can't really beat that though, for real.
Yeah.
Now, last week we talked about the whole
Right, we did.
Father's Day and why we feel like it's kind of we're underappreciated a little bit. So, Nancy, what did you see just from social media, the people around you? Did you feel like the fathers was getting the love yesterday? Did it seem like the love was there for the
I
fathers?
really wasn't on social media a lot yesterday. I don't think I even got on social media until probably like 6 or 7.
Okay.
So, and I didn't even really scroll, so I really can't tell you.
Couldn't see. You didn't.
Did you do something for somebody?
For a father?
Yeah,
No.
Somebody's father. Somebody's daddy.
father's daddy.
No, my children's father, I let them know, hey, I appreciate y'all, what y'all do. Much love to y'all.
So you did.
What about your the boyfriend?
You trying to be messy.
I thought you might have had her. I thought you might have had her.
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
You
I
trying
thought
to be
you might-
messy, y'all.
I thought you might have had her.
Trying to catch him slipping.
But nah, I think overall though, I really, from what I saw, I think I could tell that there was more of an effort to show love.
And to keep moms out, single moms out.
Oh
of it.
man, I mean, you still had some of those that slid.
I only
through.
seen one.
Yeah.
And the negative posts I didn't see any of them until like during the day was already over. So
Okay.
by that time, it's the real ones start coming out. Like, why don't y'all? Well, what happened to the father that you had, the baby father that you had last year? It was
I
some
did
messy.
see
It was a
something
bunch of
like
messy
that.
ones like that.
That's pretty messy.
Is it me or did that baby have a different father last year? It was like shit like that was happening at the end of the day. I was like, man, they done messed up the whole vibe.
Nah, man, but you know what? The overall, I thought it was. I think fathers got their just due yesterday. I did. Like you said, you're gonna see some of the ones where it's like, oh, you showed up today, nigga.
Right.
Like, where you been at all year?
Yeah.
I mean, but to be truthful, like if you are that father, then you gotta eat that. Like you can't just pop out on Father's Day, like give me love. Like if you ain't really around. So you gotta take that L if that's how the mom feel. But nah, overall, I thought it was dope though.
Hiring the world I wasn't hiring my kid from the world. I was hiring the world for my kid.
Drake is the only person that can pull that line. If you work at AutoZone, you can't. Who are you hiding your kid from? Like, I done seen some regular niggas try to get that one off. It's like, nah, fam. You hiding your kid. You're not hiding them from the world.
Right.
Well, but don't try it because you want to tell us how your Father's Day was.
Oh man, mine was good. It was good. I didn't like I told you. He was talking about they laid around in their drawers. I too laid around drawers. Watching, you know what I'm saying? Watching movies on TV, holding
Movies
it down.
and basketball.
Yeah, I did all of that. My wife got up, cooked breakfast early. I
Nice.
chilled. My son stayed out my hair for the most part. And then they took me to dinner last night.
Nice.
So, went to dinner.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, it was good. It was all love.
I cooked breakfast for mine.
Yeah.
That's why I was telling y'all. Like, these little motherfuckers really don't add no value to my life. Like,
I'm
until
gonna
they
need you
until
to
they
stop.
get about hit Maceo's age, and they can start getting up and making me breakfast and stuff like that. That's when the value kick in. I really got up early to cook these niggas breakfast.
His babies are not what he called them. They are not those. They are love muffins, okay? They're not.
I mean, hey, if he feels like they bring no value to his life, he's entitled to that opinion.
Yeah, right now in this present
But
space,
they will
They
soon.
will eventually. Oh, these dividends. Me being a present dad. Oh, this shit better pay off.
If y'all don't know where this conversation's come from, you need to go back to
Go
some
back.
episodes
Go back.
that we've recorded a while ago to
Yeah.
see what he's talking about.
Yeah, go back and you'll get the full extent of what he means.
But
by
can
that.
you imagine that though?
What?
Like you give all your time to be a good dad, and they wake up to grow up to be like a rapist or a serial killer or some shit.
It happens.
Like
though.
I'm saying, but
It
how defeated
happens.
would you be? Like I gave this little worthless motherfucker so many years of my life,
It's a lot of people that do. They kid, your kids take a different path, and
all that parenting for nothing.
Nothing.
You could have been.
You coulda
out in
just
the
been a
streets,
deadbeat. Yeah, you
out
coulda
in the
just left.
streets, just living your life.
you could. I would definitely.
You are a piece of work.
That
You would-
sounds crazy.
You would have to let your kid know that, like, after they fuck up, like, man, I could have just been gone. For
Right.
all of this. For you to just fuck up like this,
Right.
I could have been gone. Did y'all watch the Verzuz at all? Did anybody watch the Verzuz? It seemed like it didn't really get
Versus.
promoted.
He said versus.
Like, oh yeah, well, we know this.
He
nigga
didn't watch it.
It was Trina
Eve and Trina.
Eve. You missed that whole thing.
Yeah, I'm good.
Did you see?
I watched
Did
it
you
on
see
mute.
anybody talk about
You
it?
say you watch it
I
on
would
mute?
watch it on mute. But cause I'm not trying to hear Eve from.
That was the part I didn't like about it. Is that it was it was like on Zoom, basically. Like she was in London, Trina was in Miami.
Yeah.
So it was like, you know how it
That
be,
ain't
like
what
the
I
delay. What you mean?
Cause I didn't know any of that.
Oh, you don't want to see Eve do what?
Rap that stuff from Love Is. I don't want to hear that.
Oh, she did rap that too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Come on, man.
but Trina got an ass so big. What she said, ass so big like the sun.
She gave it up though. She was performing though, like
Oh, she
performing,
was.
like,
Twerking and everything?
Yeah.
Oh man, I missed
Yeah.
it.
Now you
Trina was
wish you
twerking?
saw it. Yeah, Trina was still getting it in, man. Like I think they said maybe like 300,000 or 400,000 people watched something like that. Cause Verzuz was popping like quarantine. Now it's kind of like you
I don't
catch
even
it,
think
you
that's
catch
the
it.
case.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
I don't even think
I
it
bought
has to
albums
do
of theirs
with
though.
What you think? What's the
quarantine.
reason?
I think this.
It's just over.
No, I don't think it's over. I just think who the artists are. No, I just think that this depends on who the artists are because you're gonna watch, and then the day, whatever day that
That
they
too.
selection. So I think it has a lot to do with the day. Wednesday, theirs was last Wednesday or
I
whatever.
think so.
It was on Wednesday or whatever. I just know I was sitting at home. I had totally forgotten all about it.
Right.
Totally. So I didn't get to watch it. And if I remembered, I think I probably would have gone in and out. I don't think I would have watched the whole Versus in its entirety.
Well, that's why I blame
So-
it on pandemic times to now because then we ain't have nothing
We
to
weren't
do.
doing anything.
did you
Everybody
watch
was at the crib. Yeah, I watched it.
all of it.
So the good thing about this one is that, and not the good thing, but it went fast. Like
So the good thing was it went down.
But the whole thing, that was I'm like, how many songs they really going?
so,
I was like,
they did.
Eve got 20 songs.
Okay, so
Eve, what about Trina?
listen.
Nah, Trina got a good
20 songs?
Yeah, probably.
20.
How y'all arguing and neither one of y'all watch the shit? Hold up. Niggas is arguing over something they ain't even see.
Because I was sitting there trying
Eve
to
got
count the
20
hits.
songs. No,
So
you're
if y'all,
right.
you could go back and watch it, but no, neither one of them have a solid 20.
Exactly.
So they kind of came out the gate with like they bigger songs, and then after a while, he's like, man, I don't even know if I heard of this. But like if they'd have went to 10, I
They'd
think
have been
it would've-
good.
Some of these artists need to go to 10.
Yeah.
But Timbaland and Swiss
I didn't watch that.
are
I didn't
just
watch theirs either.
throwing people in at this point. Like they're legends in their own
They
right
are.
as far as like hip hop legends.
They are.
Hip hop legends. I ain't gonna say female hip hop legends.
They are.
But nobody wants to sit and see that.
I mean, at this point, you don't. It's not too many
Because
that
they're
you.
females?
Oh.
No, it's because it's them.
Ask them.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
I didn't
So I
watch.
had to-
What two males I didn't
Yeah,
watch?
see, now you scrambling.
Nah, I know there
you
was
don't
a
wanna
few
watch
I
them because
didn't.
they ladies.
Nah,
That's crazy.
if that was it, I would just say.
I was just really concerned if they really had 20
I'm trying to
plus
think of somebody-
songs.
they did.
So I was like, I'm not.
I mean, but I think it was like it was dope just to see both of them come out.
That's
Because
what
what
I was
I can
gonna
say
say.
is that when you look at the new artists now, like they still be rapping. They still like
Who's left?
to do a versus.
Yeah.
Not too many people.
That's
They was talking about it recently, and it was like, well, we at the point now where it's like, you know,
No,
Puff.
it's not gonna happen.
like the names that they talking about now are the ones that they may not
And
ever get.
Puff will be
to happen.
fair. Like nobody want. It would have to be way more than 20, and nobody's sitting through way more.
It would have
than
to.
20.
Well, you know, Puff wouldn't just do it like that. They would make it some type of.
It would have to be like
spectacle.
Puff
It would
versus like JD.
That's what they said they want, Puff and JD. But then you got Dre, and I guess Dre said there's nobody that can really.
Actually,
mess with
Dre
him
said
either.
it. Yeah, Dre did say he would.
got
do
so
it,
much
it's just
music.
nobody. But I think Dre and Puff would be good if they would be do it.
I think so too.
But I didn't think Dre would actually sit through that.
Well, you the correspondent for the next verses that's coming up between Bow Wow.
Nah.
and I disappointed you that. Yeah.
That's gonna be one that ain't nobody about to sit through and watch. Like it's gonna be like, no, that's a lie. It's a lot of Bow Wow fans that's still holding on.
Still holding on.
That's gonna watch him. And Soulja, he's still kind of relevant.
Well, that's why, because I could have swore you said, I thought you texted me and said that Soulja Boy was wilding or Soulja Boy did something. That's why I said that, because he trolling right now, trying to build up
Well, he wasn't trolling.
momentum for the
This
verses.
time it wasn't him though.
Well, who was it?
It was Charlemagne and them that started.
Oh yeah, they said he wasn't from
They
Atlanta.
provoked him, and then they knew it. But right when he did that, Migos was like, "Hey, chill," because they knew that Soulja Boy was gonna jump out the window.
But that's all Soulja Boy need is just a little
little bit,
right.
right. And he's going to jump.
That boy be
clean out the window.
He be ha.
Yeah,
Ha. Like he need to
like
bring it
pills
down.
and shit.
His face look all sunken.
But they said
like,
his last episode, his last interview with the Breakfast Club, which was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I was about to say it was.
He looked good on
okay.
there. He looked like he was taking care of himself, but
well, that's on the 26th. So,
I'm watching the Gervonta fight. I'm not watching that shit.
Oh, that's the same night.
So wait, there is a date?
Yeah, it's
For
26.
Soulja Boy?
Soulja Boy and Bow Wow.
So it's agreed they signed because remember Bow Wow was like, they ain't talking nothing till
Bow Wow was on the
They
Breakfast Club
signed.
and he said that it's signed.
when he
They
was with
signed.
Ray J.
Yep,
They
he said
signed
it's
it. I mean, I don't know. That
He
would
gonna
be
get
one.
smoked, but
That would be one, like you
You
said,
think
like
Bow Wow's gonna get smoked?
yeah.
What does Soulja Boy have?
No, Soulja Boy got like it's also stuff he's produced and he's written for, so he got a
because it's
lot
gonna
of
have
stuff.
to be. It's gonna have to
But
because
Bow Wow, he just I think his music, even to this day, he never got out of that out of the hole of looking like a teen
kid?
rapper, like a teen rapper, and he's
This is-
never been
That's a
able
hard
to
thing to
escape
shape.
that. It is,
a hard
but
thing to shape.
it's people like not Charlamagne, Soulja Boy that came out.
well,
and
see,
said-
he had the luxury. It's a time difference because
Right,
Bow Wow
true.
was late 90s, early 2000s. The game was different. Soulja Boy was able to come in as a teenager
2000s.
and still.
cranking it.
Yeah, but then
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
where his content
Right.
wasn't like.
Right, you wasn't allowed as a kid to really have that content
Yeah.
when Bow Wow was coming, so they had to make them little, corny songs.
Now, when I say Soulja Boy gonna smoke him, that is not to say Bow Wow don't got hits.
He got records,
Oh,
bro.
he got records.
He got records,
But
okay.
But it's going in this setting when people hear the Soulja Boy beats just drop, it's gonna be like, oh my god, like turn what is it? Pretty Boy
please tell me.
Swag.
That.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Even the Crank That, the one that he got with
you
Gucci.
said, turn my swag on.
Yeah, turn my swag on. Goot, the one he got, the record he got
some songs.
hits.
I don't like. I'll watch it for the spectacle. I want to see somebody like get beat up.
They said that
Pass out.
no, but
Something.
Bow Wow said
I-
on the he said on I said the Charlemagne Club, the Breakfast Club.
no, that's
That's about to
The
be
Breakfast
about
Club.
right.
He said on
That's
the
about
Breakfast
right.
Club that they having a bunch of special guests come too, so
Okay.
it's about to be like a big thing.
so they're gonna try to make it into something.
They
Yeah,
gonna have to because their numbers haven't been too good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was good for what it was. I think I'm
it's gonna
happy they
take
went and got a bag.
Mary
and all that
J.
stuff.
and Beyonce
Ooh.
or Janet and Mary J.
Those
It's
some
gonna
good
take
names.
It's gonna take something like that.
Mary J. She got her own little thing
who can
coming
be with
out.
her?
What if they do R. Kelly from the Zoom call?
From the jail.
You know,
From prison.
who could really deal with Kels though?
Nobody.
Did you say?
Nobody.
Did you say from prison though?
Yeah, from a Zoom call. They could get him.
But you know what though? It's real. Like
you didn't
it's
say Verzuz
people don't want to
Battle.
talk about it.
Nah, Shine was on Confessions remix from the jail cell rapping on the payphone.
Well, listen, R.
They're
Kelly,
not gonna allow him
Yeah, R.
to
Kelly's
do
not-
no verses in prison.
Hey, people don't want to talk about it though. It's like taboo to talk about R. Kelly in the verses because everybody wants to forget about that he existed.
Yeah,
but
it don't work like that.
music wise,
Nah, it don't work like that.
I mean, I don't really think it's too many cats that could. Probably nobody. He had his hand. Nah, see, you start talking about what he had his hands in. Shit starts sounding crazy. So we just gotta go to the next topic.
What about him and Breezy?
Oh, they were saying that Breezy would smoke Usher.
Breezy, they were saying
Smoke Usher?
That's Timberland said he thinks that Chris Brown was.
I don't know about smoke
Usher.
Chris Brown.
I think that's disrespectful, but Chris Brown got a lot of music.
I'm gonna say this right now. That Confessions album alone, just by
I just
itself,
listened to that from beginning to end.
to end.
Now
Honey,
Usher got records, but I don't know if they gonna be able to stand up.
But it all, like you said, it's all about environment. It's all about who's actually listening to
That's what
that
I'm
music
saying,
come
like-
on and all that. Cause
like Usher he's from my generation.
Right.
But with Breezy and what he's been able to do over all these years, it would probably be
I
nasty.
love Chris Brown,
It would be nasty.
and
to
I
Usher.
love Usher. I don't think those two are a good matchup, simply because of the time, the era. You know,
Yeah, but there's not nobody from Chris Brown's era that would be able to
go against him.
Nah.
at all. Not one person.
Drake.
Can't think of.
But they music don't line up.
It's not the same
That
type.
wouldn't be fair.
That
Because
ain't
I
even
nobody
line up.
would want to hear Chris Brown
But
drop.
although
records.
Drake be trying to sing though.
Yeah, but Drake probably got 20 singing records.
Oh, for sure. He
What
got
his
20
first
singing
album?
records.
A singer? What
For the
his
most
first
part.
album?
Most of it.
If I would have known they'd have let you sing like how he sing, man, I would have. I'd have
You
been
done had
Drake.
an album a long time?
I'd have been Drake before Drake.
Oh,
If I would
you
have
sing,
known,
don't you?
I could do what he do easily.
You sing right.
I could do what he do.
You sing right.
I could do what he
You
do.
sing.
I ain't gonna say I
Go ahead
sing.
and let him hear
Y'all want to hear something?
Go
Y'all
ahead.
wanna- Everybody, y'all want to hear me sing?
Yeah.
But nah, man. Well, I don't know. 26. I'm gonna watch Bow and Soldier just for the antics.
Who you got though?
I'm going with Bow Wow.
Who you going? Bow Wow, Soldier, Bow Wow.
Oh,
Yeah,
Bow Wow.
I'm gonna have to go Soldier with this one.
We'll let y'all.
revisit this.
We'll let y'all know. Now, did y'all see the clip? Did y'all see the video of dude? He ran up on some girls outside. They were like sitting in a restaurant outside of this bar, club, or whatever. And I guess he was trying to holler at one of them, and they rejected him. Did you see this?
Wait a minute. I meant to
rejected him?
watch it. I meant to watch the whole thing.
So you can't see really what happened before.
Right.
When the camera come on, he like, but who is you, bitch? Who is you? Like yelling at these chicks, and they like just leave. Like you embarrass yourself. Like go. And then it's like somebody's either snap or Insta story, and then on the next story they running like, girl, he got a gun, and they like beating out, and they
Girl, he got a gun.
They said he went to the. Said he popped the trunk on
That
him.
is not funny.
It's not
It's
funny,
not.
but the way I said it,
Yeah.
but no, it's not funny.
When you said it at first, though, it was funny. You said, "Girl, he got a gun." And I
Because that's how the
realized,
story was. It
wait,
was like,
he had
girl,
a gun?
go. Yeah.
So
So
chased him around with it.
you can't see no more from the video, but that's what they're saying is what happened. But I'm bringing it up because I need to know.
What's his name? Was you trying to figure out? Well, was he white or black?
He was black. dude.
He was black and he did
Yeah,
that?
he was black. It'd be a lot,
What
man.
was his name?
To me, it'd be a lot of, from when I see these videos, it'd be black dudes, though, for real. Like, talking crazy to women or putting their hands on them after they reject them or whatever. And I'm just trying to figure out how did we get to this point where you can't take your L and walk away? Like, why would you put your hands on a woman or threaten them or go get a gun because she turned you down?
Rejection. It don't happen no more.
That's not an option? Like, rejection ain't...
Because rejection for this generation is in the form of leaving you on red or not getting a DM responded to. Nobody's walking up to people and actually like introducing themselves and doing that anymore. So when that happens to these young cats now, they don't know how to accept it. They don't know how to
wait,
like.
all of this clubbing and stuff that's going on...
Ain't no talking going on.
Men and women don't approach like
This is what they in there doing.
phone. That is the weirdest
That is
thing.
what they're in there doing, bro.
Because I do see it sometimes where I'll see men and women. They be like, somebody saw them out, and then they wait until after they gone.
and to
And be
DM them,
like,
but that,
I think I just saw you, or you was just in the
Right.
same place
But
as
that-
me.
that's
And
what
I
I'm
was
saying.
like, that's the weirdest shit I've ever
Yeah,
heard
man.
of.
That's-
But I guess that's the thing.
But
now.
that's exactly what happens when they try to walk up on somebody and they forget they ain't got a keyboard in front of them.
Have you ever had a dude like flip out on you or spaz out? So how have you handled? Like, what do you do? What do you tell women?
So, I mean, this is so unnecessary. Like, I mean, I don't understand it myself.
You turn down a lot of people too, don't you?
Huh?
You turn down a lot of them.
Oh, absolutely.
But you will not turn down a homeless man?
You know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Oh, listen, we had got some feedback about you.
For real?
Saying that you would take a homeless man off the street.
Okay, well,
Most people said it was cap, but go ahead. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll go back to that. But as a woman, how do you deal with that?
I usually just handle it like, try to blow it off. Unless you really start getting belligerent. Mm-hmm. I don't want to try to go back and forth with a man because it makes it even worse. Or a guy, a boy, or whatever. Because if you're really a man, you'll be all right with me saying sorry, sir, or sorry. You'll be all right with me telling you no.
Right.
But a lot of guys are egotistical and they can't take. You telling them no, or they're surprised that you told them no, and I'm like, okay, but so I typically, like I said, just try to remain, calm and be like, I'm sorry,
No, thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I got to follow up. Mm-hmm. It's not off subject, but it's on subject. So when you reject somebody, mm-hmm. is it based off your mood or because what are you basing it off of? Like this nigga is not about to come over and talk to me. It don't be that like with your girl. So is it just your mood? Like I don't.
It's not even about my mood. It's about like either I'm really and truly into whatever I got going on, or I'm just not interested. Right. It has nothing to do with
the interest. That's what I mean. The part that when you're not interested, mm-hmm. What plays into that, the not interested part?
What I have going on in my life.
Okay, gotcha.
Because if I'm in a relationship, there's no chance. I'm not going to sit here and entertain you, and I'm in a relationship. If I'm not in a relationship, if I just don't feel like I don't want to, give you the chance, it's no.
It is what it is.
Exactly. It's just that simple.
I always
and no disrespect to them or not trying to be funny. Huh?
I always assume y'all in relationships anyway.
Most women. I mean, the older
all women. I just assume it.
The older you get, I think it's almost safe to assume it, which you shouldn't assume. But yeah, the older you get, most people are in relationships or married or whatever. But my thing is with the whole like approaching somebody and rejection and all of that is like, where do you draw the line? Because now I get like young women, it's like, man, don't even. If I feel you looking at me, mm-hmm. I'm gonna spaz out on you and be like, don't you see me having a good time, nigga? Like, go that way. Mm-hmm. And I see a lot of guys be like, well, damn, how am I supposed to, what's the proper way to approach a woman? So if I see you out with your girls at brunch and I think you look good, I have to, like, not say nothing because you're brunching at that moment and I need to let you brunch? Or can I pull up and say, excuse me? Because I don't think it's like dudes be rude all the time, but I've seen girls flip like, nigga, don't you see? We in the middle of something. It's like, damn. Like,
that's so sad that it's come to this. It really is. Like, if you're interested in someone, the number one way to show your interest is all about the approach. It's about the approach. If you come and approach me ignorant, that's not going to make me appeased to even, communicate with you or, even reply or react to your approach. So the number one thing is just how you approach a person. I don't care exactly, unless you're, Beyonce or something, then you can sit there. Can't you see I'm sitting here having brunch? Or can't you see I'm sitting here with my family? It's just timing is important. Don't get me wrong, timing is important. But it's just all about how you approach them.
Right.
Because if I'm sitting here having brunch with my girls and a gentleman walks up, keyword, a gentleman, keyword, walks up, excuse me, ma'am, or excuse me, miss, like, I just seen you from across the room and I just wanted to say hi to you.
Like that.
And that's
I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
But if you're gonna walk up to me,
hey, check this out.
Yo, damn bitch, you fine as hell.
That's how
that might be his sauce, though. That might just be,
that may be his sauce, but that's the reason why you get reject it. Or I mean, it may be appealing to some chicks, but it's definitely not appealing to
But
me.
men know for real, like, y'all really got to do a better job at taking the L and walking away.
Absolutely.
Like, I've never in my whole life, and honestly, I don't know if y'all noticed or not, but you get a lot more play by just falling back. Like, when you the wild, aggressive one in the room, and you the one that's like, ain't nobody gonna mess with you, man. Like, and if you say something and she ain't interested, just go. Like, all of this going to your car and grabbing a gun. I mean, I done seen videos of
to
dude
me before.
See,
not like grabbing a gun on me, but a nigga like basically had like hit me before.
all because
I turned him down.
That's nuts.
And I'm so for real. This is like back in the 90s, okay? And I was on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Like they used to have the alley parties during the black party.
Block party.
Black party.
Good time.
So I'm just told the dude no, and he was like, oh, and I was like, it's not even. I got a man.
Right.
And he's like, so bitch, like you can't give me your number. I was like, are we really doing this? Like, he's like, nah. You can give me your fucking number. I was like, no, I have a man. Next thing you know, this nigga just swung and just hit me out of no freaking where. I was like, oh, is it really like that? Like,
wow.
And so next thing you know,
sad.
my girls, and that's why a lot of people sit here and say to me, like, you just, especially the guy, you just too friendly. I'm like, I'm not friendly. I mean, not like I'm just friendly. I'm going to say it. If you hi, it doesn't hurt to say hi.
Right.
I've already been.
So a lot of women use like the whole shut down, don't say anything as a defense mechanism because I don't even want to deal with
it.
What might come from me opening up and being nice.
Exactly.
So that's why they be giving out just fake numbers and stuff.
Like just go.
Here's my number. And them niggas like, hey, let me call it.
And call it, and that's why I don't even do that. I don't even do that because they will straight want to call you right now. Go right across it. No, you can't have my number. I don't give my number out. Oh, you don't give me. I don't give my number out. I don't do it.
Have you ever been in a situation where you in the club? I mean, not recently, obviously, because ain't nobody really been in the clubs. But when you in a club or somewhere, and a girl is like, giving you the look, like the help me look, like it's a dude that's like this
constantly.
You ain't never had that. I've had that happen.
Did you go over
a bunch of times? It depends on who it was. Like if I know a girl or something like that, and she like giving me the like. Then I just come like, hey, well, and try to break up the conversation. But then see you be inserting yourself and shit. Now a nigga might want to smoke with you, and it's like, look, man, I was just trying to help her out. Now he wants to smoke with me. Yeah, like, so
let's get back together.
But nah, as men though,
I tried it.
It ain't work. So good luck. But we do have to do a better job though. Like for real, like if you out and because a lot of people. It might not be you, but it's your homie. Mm-hmm. Or it's the dude that you go out with and kick it with, and y'all don't be putting your niggas in check and just letting them, you know what I mean? We got to do better, man.
No, but I know one. It sounded like he was describing somebody.
Oh, nah. I wasn't, but we all know Savage. I know savages from all over the place. But, nah, man, we got to do better with that for real because it shouldn't be a situation where a woman feels unsafe to even say no thank you or that's ridiculous. But when you talk about, and this is where it gets a little confusing for me because we living in this era where like sex has always sold, right? Sex sells. That's the phrase. But in social media, everybody
selling pussy all in the stories.
It's everywhere, bro.
In the stories, you see links and all types, and like, here's my OnlyFans link. They already showing everything in the story. It's like,
but this is what I don't understand, right? It's this weird conundrum where women have come to this place. What's wrong with her?
I don't know what you said.
I said conundrum.
Was it conundrum?
It must have been.
Please explain to the people.
What a conundrum is.
Explain to people.
A conundrum
for us.
A conundrum. Now it's when you find yourself in this place where it's like this continuous circle of confusion where it's like now we kind of stuck and I don't know which way to go because how you selling sex every day, all day in your story on OnlyFans, on Instagram, you want to get paid for it. Then if a nigga say something to you and it's like, how dare you? How dare you say anything to me? Is you buying? Then you be like, well, what's it worth? I'm not a hoe. It's like, well, I'm confused now. Like, I'm confused. So it's like women have reached this place of independence, right? Because it came on the heels of like, I don't need a nigga for shit. I'm out here getting mine. I'm a boss. And I'm with all of that. But if your main commodity is
pussy.
if that's what you selling, then you have to understand there's a hazard with all types of jobs. And the hazard with that is that somebody may perceive you they may think that this is how you give it up, or this is like
no, but that's how they give it up.
So then why they be mad? Or they be mad if you a non-paying cut, like if you not
customers.
selling.
So they prostitutes now?
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Sex workers, whatever you call it, I don't understand how you give this off 24/7 and then want people to look at you a different type of way.
See, I get it.
I'm just kind of confused.
Now, when you selling pussy, then you just have to understand that the attention that comes with that.
Right.
However, on the other side of that,
I can't stop.
being, I think you used the word objectify in the note.
Probably.
So it's that line that as a man, like, just because it's the same conversation when a woman wears
I'm supposed to be able to just rip her clothes off.
Yeah,
her,
like,
got something
fam.
skimpy on.
Yeah, if that's how she feels comfortable, that has nothing to do. So if a woman dresses more revealing,
like
that don't mean that you should go over and grab her tit or slap her on the ass or something. As a man, you have to have more self-control.
Well, and see, and I'm not even talking about that type of a violation in person, because that goes back for years. Like, oh, if you go out dressed like that, then a man ain't gonna respect you, right? And so women have fought to say, I don't give a fuck what I wear.
Right.
And that's true. Right. That's completely 1,000% true. No man has that right. But I think, like you said, because now you said people don't even talk in person, all of this shit is being done online. All of this shit is being done on social media. So if you put a story up and you be like, I wish I had somebody to lay in this bed. I see these stories. Like, I wish I had somebody. I'm just here alone. Then the next story would be like, just stay out of my DMs, you thirsty nigga. And it's like...
that conundrum.
Like,
there's the
conundrum. You're not about to show
you...
me your cheeks, and then I can, at the very least, jump in your DM and say, I want to fuck.
That's what I don't like. They do it like they be surprised. Like, how dare y'all hop in here and talking like this? And it's like, well, because you just said you wanted somebody in the bed because you was lonely or something. Like, I don't know what's happening. What's happening?
I think a lot of it has to do with likes and follows. Want the likes and follows. And a lot of it is for attention.
Yeah. So when you
attention,
I'm not saying you do this.
Absolutely not.
I'm not saying that at all. No, I'm just.
I mean, I'll tell you what I do, but I don't do that.
Okay. That's another conversation. Yeah, we'll see that conversation. We can have that conversation.
Yeah, what do you?
Okay, so you have a nice shape, and you can see your shape, like through clothes or whatever, the pictures you take. When dudes get in your DM, do you get filth? Like, how do you respond? You don't respond to it.
Hey, she came in with the giggles today, man. She came in with the full giggles today. So,
I don't know if I like this job. Cause y'all be at my neck.
You be getting filthy in the DMs.
Y'all be at my neck.
Nah.
I'm just playing. No. Just to say what I do to answer that question, because just like you said, what did you see? You seen a picture, right?
Right.
That's all I do. But my pictures are not.
You're not sexually
OnlyFans worthy.
Right.
But do
I mean, all pictures is OnlyFans worthy. There are people in there selling pictures of their feet. So a couple bikinis. And
I didn't even think about that. But because it depends on your fetish. Because there is probably an OnlyFans page for your fetish. But what I do post pictures. Do I post pictures that may have a little cleavage? Yeah, I do.
A lot of cleavage.
No, not a lot, but some. Because I don't have a lot of cleavage.
My phone.
What's going on? What's going on? Wait, what's going on? What's going on?
Anyway.
What's going on?
Anyway, I'm just being really raw and honest, because that's basically how I flow. Because if I look at my pictures, I'll be like, oh, I mean, I do, like, if you want to say tight, I don't know. I don't know however you want to call the clothing, but I will say I am tasteful about mine because I'm raising kids.
Right.
Okay, so I always say, whatever I post, would I be ashamed if my son looks at it?
Right.
Would I be ashamed? I have an older daughter. too, and I have a younger daughter. And would I be offended if she posed or posted the type of picture I post?
Right.
So I'm mindful of that. So whatever I do, I do try to do tastefully. Not only that, I have a brand that I'm trying to maintain and trying to create.
But what about them DM stuff?
Oh, I didn't get out that question.
I see how you try to draw around this. I'm waiting, I'm waiting for my answer.
I was gonna go to the next thing. She got me. I was like, oh, I forgot about the question. But
my DMs be off the chain.
But I'm saying though, like, okay, this is what I'm trying to understand. Like you said, right? You got a brand. Mm-hmm. You try to be conscious of the things that you post. Mm-hmm. But if we're talking about human nature, man and woman, right? Mm-hmm. Same with women. I see women lusting over dudes on social media all day too.
I get it all the time.
I bet.
So it's like,
I'm lying.
So I just want to know what the expectation is. I just don't. Are you? Is this a business now?
Like, this is the call. What's the response? Like, how do you respond?
Like, is this just a thing where I just be like, oh, okay, well, she's pushing her, whatever her brand is,
selling pussy.
This. I haven't said that yet.
That's what they do.
Because I can't confirm who doing.
No, but that's what they doing. They selling. Even if they're not selling it directly, they selling the idea.
Okay. But they're doing it for likes, follows and attention.
I don't even think it's that no more. Because I think they demonetize the likes and follows now.
Because they're doing it for their money. They're trying to get paid for it.
So now it's no longer just likes. Now they like, I don't even need these likes. I could just put this in my story. They can click on this link and they can come get
the money and get paid. Said that for the attention of it, so they can get.
I think that
monetize off of it,
and it's fine. You know what I mean? Whatever you decide you want to do, you can do it. But I'm just saying that there's certain things that come along
things come with the territory.
How that is. But dudes, fellas, if y'all would stop being so like, y'all got to get outside more, do something. If y'all would stop being so thirsty, bro. Because y'all really be, and I'm not even in the game no more, but y'all salting it up for a lot of.
They driving up the stock prices.
Woo! Prices is sky high. How can I compete with a first date and I flew out for the first date?
Right. Please, what is it called?
A flew out.
Yeah, that's
if y'all out here flying out on the first date, how is the average Joe supposed to get in where he fit in? He can't compete with that.
All I got is these jokes, man.
That's it.
I'm tapped out.
That's it.
That's all I got.
If you can't get these jokes, then
if I can't get it off these jokes.
Because I see that all the time. They be like, ugh, dinner. Ugh.
I think that's terrible.
Who wants to know that dinner?
If you want to get to know me, we can go to an island and you can get to know me there. Like, what the fuck are you talking
We got to go to an island for me to know your last name and siblings? Like, we could have did that at the restaurant.
Right.
But again, that could just be me being older and out of touch. Like, maybe the game just ain't, you know what I mean? The game is the game. And if these young boys like it that way, who am I to jump in and say otherwise? But they selling something that we'll end it like that. They definitely selling something. That's for damn sure. How did y'all feel about Juneteenth this year, man? This was like coming on the heels of.
Black people made me so mad this year, man.
I feel a way about it.
I was expecting the reaction to be from the MAGAs. I was expecting the reaction that I seen from black people to be coming from the whites.
So Juneteenth was finally recognized as a national federal holiday. It was signed into law. So now a lot of federal workers will get the day off with pay from now on. You know, just like Martin Luther King. I think that was the last thing we got in the 80s was Martin Luther King. Yeah, that's the last thing we got. So now I'm bringing it up because it comes out and immediately I see nobody asked for this shit. Right. We didn't ask for this, right?
And there's a bigger fight to be had.
Right. We're fighting
for equality. Like, what the fuck is this holiday supposed to do? I'm like,
so how you feel about it?
I have mixed feelings.
Okay.
I do. I just don't really know.
Do you feel like it's kind of
a step forward? Is that?
Or do you feel like it's a step forward, or do you feel like it's just kind of something to?
I think it's just something to deter from the real things that we're fighting for, and it's a holiday, but still, us black people, some of us still have to go to work.
Yeah. But
and if you really want to be really serious about it, no pun intended, but white people are getting paid to be off.
I saw somebody say
I was like,
white people getting paid for Juneteenth just don't sit right with
me.
my
I was
spirit.
like, oh, and then I was like,
Hey, I was
Great point.
me too. I was like, well, you know what? They might not need to get paid.
But that's cruel, though. That's
for us. But nah, for real though, like I get everybody, and I get that there's a bigger fight, and I get that we're still fighting for, you know, like the whole, you know, George Floyd and crime bill and reparations, and I get all of that, and I'm with you. But we got to figure out a way to take the victory,
right, and
keep moving without shitting on something.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's mad people way long before us that was fighting to make this
happen
a federal holiday. Like, years and years ago.
And now it happens.
And now it happens, and we like, fuck that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
that shit.
see that.
We can do both.
Right.
We can want more, and also say, all right,
thanks.
We'll take this. And it ain't to say, well, as a show, thank you for giving me this day. Oh, I swear to God, I just thank you. No, it's like, all right, give me my day off. Give me my pay. It's recognized now. And then we going to keep our foot on your neck for the rest of this
right,
shit.
But I think people just be saying that just to because they got thumbs.
They do.
Just to be saying something to be contrary about something. Because even if, with or without them making that day, we still fighting for all the others.
Exactly.
It don't change that. It's the same way with Martin Luther King getting a holiday didn't stop people from fighting to get Juneteenth to become a holiday.
You can still
keep doing what you want to, what you're supposed to do, but it is imperative that happen. That date, that Juneteenth becomes a holiday, is because July 4th is a holiday, and that had nothing to do with us.
Right.
Now that we have something that this country is now, in a way, owning up or saying like, hey, yeah, Juneteenth, this happened. This is the day where slavery was done.
Right.
As far as much, I mean, it wasn't done, but
yeah, of course.
as much we could scrape as much of the slavery out of this bucket as we could. But on this day, black people are being acknowledged that we now have something where we are more universally together known as being free, instead of July 4th, where none of us.
I mean, but you got to think last year, right? Coming off of because George Floyd was fresh. That was in May of 2020, right? So for Juneteenth, everybody was going crazy,
and
right?
Celebrating.
Niggas going crazy,
buying black. And
yeah, we buying black.
Now they got a holiday,
out.
and now we got to shut the fuck up with.
And I think that we're never going to be satisfied. Never. And people are always going to find something wrong with whatever. That's why I'm just saying I had mixed feelings, because people always just got to find the bad in something positive. I am happy that it has taken place, that we finally got the day. And I think social media, again, makes things even more, you know, because when we didn't have social media, you wouldn't hear everybody's opinions and thoughts or whatever, and you wouldn't, and everybody be celebrating.
That's the worst part of it.
That's the worst part of social media. It
inflates everything to this size where if we were just going to work and going here and seeing the people that we usually see, then you just have these little pocket conversations. Now it's this big, and like you said, people say things definitely to be contrarian, and then they also do it because they really think that they are dropping like jewels.
Right.
They really
like they been in part of the fight. Like they was.
Man, I saw so much of it, and I was just so annoyed. Like, yo, we can do both. I'm not saying you wrong for wanting more, because we deserve way more than a day.
But this is a part of the process. This is a part of it.
Accept the day.
They are acknowledging something that needs to be acknowledged. Even if they didn't acknowledge slavery, they're not acknowledging it like they should. But even though they haven't done that, they are
swear
acknowledging
slavery never happened.
Right, exactly. But now they are putting a date on it.
Yeah.
Like, this is what we're helping black people in this country that we've done wrong celebrate a day where they felt they were free, or a lot of people felt they were free from slavery, not free from racism, not free from Jim Crow, not free from none of that shit, just free from slavery. That was it.
Yes.
No, I'm with it. I hope that people can understand that you can.
They're not gonna be happy until these niggas pull back up on these horses and start rounding niggas back up and putting them on these planes. Have y'all seen that movie Antebellum?
Did you see?
With Janelle Monáe? Y'all have to watch this.
Did you?
I heard of it. I ain't never watched it.
She
Yeah, I forgot about it.
She literally wakes up on a plantation in 2020. Like there are white people in the southern state. It's not real. Well, it might not be real. I don't know. But they're in this movie. These white people in like Atlanta or Mississippi or something like that, Antebellum, wherever it's at, they have a park. It's like it's set up like a park deep in the woods. It's a plantation where they don't have cars. They have horses. They have slave people, black people that they kidnap from like get in an Uber pool. Somebody just they got this like network where the racist whites will be in an Uber with black people and then they'll do something like fill the car up with smoke or something to knock them out. Then they wake up on a plantation.
What would you do?
And then they actually think in their head they going crazy that they are like slaves again.
What would you do if you woke up a slave? Like what would? Because you hear a lot of people say, "Couldn't be me. I am not my ancestors.
Right.
I would do this and that." But the nigga, if you woke up tomorrow,
and where I'm at in life now, I'm conditioned to say, "Nah, y'all gonna have to kill me." I'm conditioned that way. Back then,
yeah.
Okay, I don't want to be disrespectful, but slaves are not slaves. African people, they weren't advanced in weaponry.
So
Spears and all that shit. They see these crackers come up with a rifle or a shotgun and just start blowing black people's head off. It's like, oh.
I mean, that's why when people say that, it's just silly to me because it's like you would have to be had been in that time to understand how you would have. It's hindsight is always 20/20.
In this time, I grew up free.
So you would have to kill them.
Well, free in the context of
not free.
Yeah, I grew up in that context. So.
Not free.
Right.
We ain't never been free.
Just free.
Nah, man, I don't know. We just need to.
But what would you do if you woke up on a slave plantation? Like how? Like
I mean,
not your kid. Macio's not around. Your wife's not around. Like they kidnapped her, took her from her kids and her family.
That's
and
crazy.
And tried to brainwash her. They knotted her hair up because she was knocked out. They put the old clothes on her. The master, the plantation, the plantation owner, the master, whatever, would literally come and rape her every night. Like in 2020 as a free black woman. But she was in her mind thinking it was a dream and shit. And it was actually like really happening to her.
But you know what? It's funny because that's almost becoming a genre now. Like coming
Slave
off
trauma movies.
Well, black trauma has always been a thing, from 13 Years a Slave. And I mean, shit, you can go back to The Color Purple. There's a bunch of movies that, display that. But I'm talking about now, like with horror. It's like horror almost with Jordan Peele doing Get Out. Because they got a movie coming out where she's like Karen. Her name's Karen.
Right.
And the whole movie is about her being like this horrible neighbor that terrorizes these black people doing Karen shit.
And that's a Jordan Peele.
I don't think so. I don't know. I'm going to have to check. I don't think so.
Because he's working on the Candyman, and that's going to be full of slavery shit.
I haven't watched Get Out. I haven't watched.
Really? Why?
Right.
Us? No.
I haven't watched Us.
I didn't like Us.
Us was kind of trash.
Why not? Is like a reason why you haven't watched it, or you just haven't watched it?
I just haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Get Out. You should watch. Us kind of threw me, but yeah, it's like a genre now where we look at,
and like the movie on the show on HBO.
Which one?
Country.
Oh no.
Loveland Country or Love.
Oh yeah.
What is that? Lovecraft or
Lovecraft Country. I think
that was some slavery shit.
It was, but see, now you have people, especially when you have black filmmakers and stuff like that, they kind of put this spin on it, where it's not just these white people telling your story for you, and that was more like sci-fi, future fantasy. So it's actually pretty dope. But now I think that now that we have a little bit more control over our narratives and our stories, I'm cool with telling whatever story you want to tell. As far as I don't want to see like the full trauma movie. Like I don't want to see the slave movie anymore. Like I'm the Jim Crow movie. Like I don't really want to see those. I got it. We know what happened. Got the gist of it. We can move on.
I want to see the Tulsa. I haven't dove into.
Oh, it's coming. Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street.
Yeah. A lot of stuff will be coming on.
Not
that,
a documentary.
Sure.
I want to see
an actual movie.
But
nah, man, we again celebrate the victories while still being able to demand whatever it is that you want to demand. I I wanted to talk about. Oh, that's what it was. I wanted to talk about Naomi Osaka because speaking of just, I mean, she's half black, half
We talking about
Japanese. What?
Who's that?
Naomi Osaka. She's a tennis player.
Tennis player.
She's like
that
the
beat
tennis player now.
Serena
Oh, for real?
a couple times.
Yeah, she's
Here recently.
She's the.
You don't know who? Naomi is?
Sometimes I be thinking this nigga just
Be-
like you sleep in the woods or something, and then you just pop
Hey,
up.
man, that name did not roll off the tongue. I ain't never
She
heard
go
of
with
it.
old boy Corday, the rapper. But anyway, she's she's beat Serena several times now. She's made, I think she made like 60 million last year. She's really young. She's half black, half Japanese, I believe. And anyway, I'm bringing it up because
That's a wild combination.
She's beautiful.
she refused to talk to the media at the last tournament because she said she was dealing with some mental health shit and she didn't really want to go in front of these reporters. Then she just dropped out of Wimbledon and said she needs to concentrate on her mental health. And I was bringing it up because they definitely went off on her, called her entitled, said that it's your job.
The whites.
Powers that be, the people that will fine you for doing this shit. But I wanted to talk about how this generation has the ability to kind of get more control over their careers and the things that they do, because 20 years ago, that's not happening.
20 years ago, the money wasn't where it's at now.
Exactly. So that the money has given them leverage.
It's giving them weight, and it has cut down on the internet and social media. The way it works now, the publicist is dead. All these different avenues that you would have had, you can go straight there and get your support directly to your supporters. And when that happens, there's no middleman no more. So the whites can't get in there and like peel for your money once you trying to get it to your fans, or your fans are you getting money from your fans. There's nobody there to like take money.
I love the empowerment. I love the empowerment aspect of it, to be able to be like, you know what, if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. And really, I'm caked up, so y'all can't really tell. It is what it is. But
interview me on Zoom.
What do y'all think, though, about when you mix in the idea of, obviously mental health has been at the forefront of conversations for the last 5 years or so. I say it's really been intense. And then you have some detractors that say that people use mental health
as an excuse,
as a crutch, or excuse or a crutch to say, I don't want to do this. I don't have to do this because I'm protecting my mental.
What's wrong with that?
It's nothing wrong if it's genuine, if it's real. I think a lot of people, it could be a facade. Like, just like when, people commit these crimes and they want to blame it on mental health when they actually really know what they're doing. They may not really have.
So are they getting paid?
Who?
The people, Naomi.
Oh, she
paid to do? You mean like
to talk?
No.
Well, you know what? No. Yes,
but it's a part of
their job. But yes,
she gets paid to do it.
Well, yeah, it's like the NBA. You have to talk to the media.
So she gets paid to do it. So, but is this like a constant thing she always does?
No, it just happened.
So she just did it one time. She just wanted a day off or something.
This was the first. She said she was dealing with some things,
and then she didn't show up.
And then she's like the biggest. I guess the biggest,
and that's their beef. That's their beef.
You're the face of this, so you need to be here.
She's the cash cow, and the cash cow needs to be seen.
I get that too on both sides. She got to show up and say something.
But do y'all think, like Naomi aside, just in general, like, do y'all think that some people exploit the idea of mental health for their own?
Oh, for
I think some people do use it.
It's taboo now.
That's what I'm saying. Is it genuine?
So how do we fix that? Because I don't like.
They ain't gonna never fix it because you can't quantify it.
Because I can't say whether
you can't gauge if somebody says that they need it or not, because they might.
You can't really. You really do know if someone's mentally, because she knows herself if she has a therapist. She knows herself. Her family knows her, but it's not her business to sit here and tell Well, I've been depressed. I go through anxiety. I feel pressure.
But that's the thing. You got to take her for face value. When she says, I don't want to do it, you just got to believe her.
Exactly.
So you're never going to be able to put it into that. Because if anybody does it, if Joe at McDonald's say, hey, man, I can't flip these fries today, man.
My mental health
is off. You better believe him or he going to spit in your food.
Sometimes it just depends. Again, it's your surroundings.
Right.
Those people, his co-workers know if something really...
Yeah. But some
You
people
know
good at
somebody's-
hiding it. Some people.
Well,
good at
but see,
hiding
that's the thing nowadays. Like, it's not even where. When I was young, it was like either you was crazy or you wasn't, right?
Yeah,
And now it's way more, complicated,
Complex,
more complex, diverse on what you could possibly be dealing with that falls under the umbrella of mental health. So, like you said, sometimes you don't know. Like, I can look perfectly fine and be dealing with whatever, or I could be dealing with nothing and just tell you I am.
Yeah, and this the other side of that though. Like where we from, the neighborhoods and families that we are from, we were conditioned to not speak about traumas that happen or speak about certain things in our family that hurt other people or hurt us. Like we were conditioned that way. So when you grow, the difference with now, what's going on now with kids and stuff now is that they have a term for these different things that you may have that you didn't know. Like there's certain, like I always tell people, I didn't know that I had mental health issues until I got married. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in like a condescending way. I mean like the same way that I would deal with shit back when I was younger, drinking, smoking, sex, whatever the case was. I couldn't do that inside of a marriage. So when I wasn't able to self-medicate myself,
to deal with it.
I had to deal with it. And then that's when I started realizing, something is really wrong right now. Like my nerves are bad, my hands are shaking. It's like something's really wrong. And that's the thing now that is different, is that people are able to speak and talk about these different things. It's not, they're not being told to shut up as kids. Like, don't say that or don't speak that up, or they're just not being told that anymore. So that's the difference now, and why it's so many more people just popping up with mental health issues, because they didn't know they had them until let me go see a therapist this one time. And then they go see a therapist, and therapist, I'm like, yeah, come back next week. Like, it's so many, I think that's the big bust of how it is now compared to how it was from us growing up.
Well, I respect it. Look, she don't want to talk.
That's what I was.
But that's it.
And she don't want to talk, and you get these people, like I said, they're so used to stuff going a certain type of way and having a certain control over.
Hey man, them pilgrims, man, they be getting out of control. These pilgrims be out here getting out of control, man. They gotta understand, like, that's where the whole idea. I wouldn't say this seriously. Jokingly, I might say I'm not my granddad or I'm not jokingly, which still ain't funny. Well, it is to me, but jokingly, if you say that, that's what they don't be understanding. These pilgrims be like, "Hey, man, you're not gonna get that off. Like, I'm not coming into work." Or I'm not coming to do this fucking interview.
I mean, that all ties into the feeling that there's some level of power or control that they're relinquishing with this country. And that's why
they losing it.
That's why they feel the way that they feel a lot of the times, because it's like, I can't get, like you said, I can't get that off no more. I don't have that control no more. I can't, I can't hold this job over you and say, if you don't come work 1,000,000 hours, then you know what I mean. So
I can't say nigga get back to work.
Yeah, times are changing. So more props to her and any of these other kids that y'all got that leverage now. I mean, and that's what it's about.
That's what it's gonna spark her.
Oh yeah.
I mean I probably know who she is if I see her, but with her platform is so huge that her telling them pilgrims that she is not about to go do this, or I'm not doing this because of this, is going to allow other black kids or black girls to be like, hey, today ain't the day, I can't do it.
Right. And that's what it's all about. It's about being able to, whatever tools we have, pass them. And then they take the tools, they make the shit better. And then they pass it.
This is what happens. This is what happens over time when you get silent so long. Yeah. And then now the generation that's able to speak up and talk.
Right.
They about to let you have it now, and they gonna do it in the blood, in the vein of the ancestors
for their people.
That's it.
Did we didn't miss anything, did we? I think we got everything. I don't think I want to talk about anything else, y'all. Anybody got anything else? Did we miss anything? Anything important? Any pertinent issues?
Nothing important, but I'm gonna bring it back up that cap real quick. So just end it real quick.
Wait, cap about
being the homeless people.
Oh, cap about homeless.
Oh, yeah.
You remember you said...
Yeah. Go ahead, clear.
Everybody, they're familiar.
Clear, yeah. Go ahead.
I got people say, come on now.
I know, that's...
Come on now. She's
don't misconstrue it. I just want people to understand. it doesn't matter the walk of life that you come from. I'm not out here looking for someone because of their bag or because of their stature or because of who they are. I want someone that can genuinely love me. It doesn't matter who the person is and what his status is. That's the point blank and period. So it's no cap.
But I
it's
also
not
had
a
to clear
lie.
up because I had some females jumping in my DMs. Like, okay, now I'm like, okay, because first of all, this is what she did not say. She did not say she was about to take care of a homeless man for the rest of his life.
Exactly.
That's not what she said. She said, she was saying it in the context of if somebody is down bad, she will be there to get him on his feet.
Exactly.
And then he's going to have to pick it up from there. She did not say she's going to be taking care of homeless
That's what I
niggas
heard.
for the rest of their life. I didn't hear that.
No.
I didn't even hear that when she said it. I didn't even hear that when she said it.
The whole purpose is if the man is down, I'm going to help you, through the situation. I'm here for you. You don't have nothing right now. I got this.
But I heard that. But I also heard when you first said it, I just couldn't see
me just taking care of
going and finding a homeless nigga.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's what we were saying. We can walk down this street, see a homeless nigga, and you be like, oh yeah, I can help him. I was saying that if a nigga's up and then he get homeless, I can understand that. But the way you was saying
that situation too. I'm saying I'm not gonna go out and find a homeless man and be like, no, that's not what I'm doing.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
No,
I'm glad you cleared that up.
Go out there.
Because my nigga ears heard that you was gonna go and find a homeless nigga and clean him up. That's what I heard. So okay.
I didn't hear that she was going. I heard that she would.
That's
and I still but I didn't believe that either.
I know you don't.
I just believe that you weren't saying that you would take care of this nigga for the rest of his life.
There was a bigger point that she was trying to
there was a way bigger point that was missed.
All right.
That I was getting DMs. I'm like, that's not what the fuck she was saying. That's not what she said.
You explained it right.
All right.
It's crazy.
Well, all right. So that is clear.
It's clear.
What?
Like a homeless. It's a lot of badass homeless chicks on Instagram. Oh, never mind.
They homeless. It's a different kind of homeless.
It's a different type of homeless.
Yeah.
But niggas will swoop in.
I seen her TV on
the
a
floor.
suitcase.
Right.
That's a different type of homeless.
Yeah.
And it's a nigga out there that's like, yup.
Yep.
But nah, man, we appreciate y'all.
Deflating this
for
shit.
another episode. We'll be back obviously next week. I don't know if it's something y'all want us to talk about, let us know. Any type of topics, because I know a lot of times a lot of people are talking about the same thing, so we want to make sure we giving y'all a little bit of everything. But appreciate y'all for another week. It's the Green Room. Mark G, LeBron, Nancy Nicole. We out.
Okay.